Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill, and today we are going to check out 3 games which we had with the Super Chaffee, 3 best games. 2 of them is back to back. So pretty much how the things will look like. I will show those back-to-back games first, and the last battle is going to be the maximum damage game. Quite a nice carry, I would say. So you will see everything yourself. Anyway, skill, what is your rating on the Chaffee? Fellas, if you did not know, we have an index page where you can see my ratings on the tanks, and quickly checking the things out. Our Super Chaffee rating is playable, and this is as much as I can say about this vehicle. You can see how much experience you need to get ace. You can see average performance with a vehicle. You can see pretty much expectation values to get mark of excellence on the vehicle, and so on. And plus on top of that, you can find the field modifications here, fellas. At least what I prefer and what I use. So feel free to check it out, fellas. I hope you are going to get some use of all this. And overall marking, Super Chaffee took 67 battles up to 100%, 1.2 thousand average damage, 800 assisting damage, and as you can see, we reached 100%. It was pretty hard, it was pretty complicated compared to the other tier 6 light tanks, because Super Chaffee is kind of meh, you know. If you think Super Chaffee is the best vehicle in the world of tanks, you are far away from the truth. And for example, comparing to the T21, T29, is way better vehicle. Honestly, it is just way better. Anyways, enough of blah blah blah. Let's sell the Chaffee and let's say goodbye for this tank. We are never ever going to play with this vehicle again. 580000, pretty much 500,000 credits. Thank you very much, Chaffee. It was a pleasure to play with you. And now let's teleport into the first game, and the first game is going to be quite bold one, but well, I don't want to spoil anything. You will see everything yourself. Let's do this. And we are back. This is a very nice map for a light tank, in my humble opinion. We have the Lakeville. And I can tell you one very simple thing, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go with a very weird and very bold play, and you will see absolutely everything yourself in a moment. This is going to be a weird one. And pretty damn awesome, I would say one. Okay, first things first. I really like to start my battle in the Lakeville around this area. There is a nice bush here, there is another nice bush over there, another nice bush here, another bush here, but this is way more common. If you are playing with a ELC even, you can use bushes right there, and if you are very bold, you can go in front like this, and you can play in even more, even in the more open area in a way. And now pay attention what we are going to do. I noticed middle is clear, no one is playing here. So what am I thinking? I am thinking we do not even have anyone in the city, but I don't give a flying F. But pay attention at this. What kind of bad situation we have? Those trees are blocking crossing forces. So what I am doing, I am going into the city very quickly to knock those trees down. We do not need those trees here whatsoever. And as you can see, we are GG, done, finito, and we are returning to the same position. So now we have a pretty damn nice bush crafted in this area. We knock at the tree down, we knock at this tree down towards the city, we knock it down the overall trees in the city, and now we have a clear vision. And now just enjoy the view what we are doing here. As you can see, we are spotting every single mother trucker who is crossing the city, and this is with a tank like Chaffee, who is tall. Imagine this position with a 12T or ELC even or anything else. We are pretty much doing such a massive heavy lifting here. It is absolutely insanity. We have some sniper schnitzels here in the back, as you can see. AS, Arta, Chiri, Nashhorn, and so on. So they can actually help for us. And as you can see, both of us is saying, okay, we cannot make pressure in front. How about we are coming back? And once again, pay attention at at the distance, fellas. 120 meters distance and no one is spotting us. Although now we got outspotted, but since middle is not taken by the enemies, I am feeling safe from this position here, and we can actually craft a very decent angle for the enemies, and we can actually punish them. Even though this play is extremely bold and extremely good, you will see the score and then and you will know exactly what I am talking about. Chaffee gun handling is pretty damn laughable, and it's pretty damn pathetic. We are hitting a couple of the first shots, and now we are having the situation when we are having bounce. You see, I said the truth. Bounce. 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 Yeah, not so good. So I pretty much changed the target completely, and since we are farming the Russian tanks, obviously they cannot do absolutely anything for us because their view range is absolutely disgusting, and it is very small, and they cannot see even their own PP. Plus on top of that, as you can see, this gentleman is ammo racked, and it is not looking great, although I switched the target for a second, and as you can see, we luckily did everything properly. Now, I know the score is 9-4 and we are winning this battle by humongous margin, and I see what our team is doing. Our team is trying to make pressure towards enemy base. What that basically means? That basically means enemy team is having a safe defense parameter here. So how we can deal with them? First things first, we need to obviously get involved into this battle. There is only one way how we can do the things. And I am simply pushing through the open of the field here, and first of all I want to go up like this to spot every single sniper schnitzel, because they have plenty of tanks. And as you can see, we spotted pretty much couple of the T-34-85 tanks. So yeah, everything is fine. I'm making sure I will dodge the shot from cover 3, and all we need to do, we need to take this position here, and from here we are going to see all those sniper schnitzels in the back. Tiger, Arta, T-34-85, you name it. And look how bloodfully we are crafting our score in this game. We are getting quite a bit of assisting damage, we are doing damage ourselves, and this is just perfection. Honestly, I cannot say absolutely anything else than that. This is lovely perfection. And keep this in mind, the next game which you are going to see, both of those games went back to back. So both of the games went, you can imagine what kind of boost I had on the energy and of everything. Pretty much, to name it in mark of excellence performance or percentage, from the 92% we raised it to 96% in 2 battles. So whew, fellas, this is very impressive. Anyways, we are about to finish this battle. We have 1.1 thousand damage, 3.5 thousand assisting damage, and as you can see yourself, we are farming this sweet assisting damage even more. Beautiful. 1.3 thousand damage dealt, 4.1 thousand assisting damage. It is just perfection, and it was nice. And the most important thing, what I really wanted to highlight of all this, was the play here, how we knocked down those trees and how we saw every single person crossing like this. It is super important thing to highlight. Anyways, this is a game number 1. Let's teleport into the game number 2. And we are back for the round number 2, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Super Chaffee, Prokhorovka. There is one bad thing which I need to say, and the amount of the light tanks. Now, if you would pay attention, what do we have, my friends? You would notice we have pretty much 5 enemy light tanks overall, and 5 our light tanks. What that basically means, we are fighting for assisting damage in a way, and this is a problem. But if we are going to do everything properly, life is going to be bloodful, and obviously we are going to do everything properly. Usually in Prokhorovka, I have very nice success ratio in a way, right? So how we are opening our game? We are opening our game by playing in the middle, and we are going to do that for quite some time, because this is very nice play, especially when you can outspot people like VK or this MT25, right? It is just absolutely amazing, and I would say it is kind of a perfection in a way for us. And I'm very, very well aware of enemy derv guns, okay? I am super aware of that, so I cannot stay in the one spot for a lot of time, and obviously there is two artists. But look at this beauty. We are starting this game with a 300 damage and 1000 assisting damage, and considering how many light tanks there is in this game, this is a great start. And once again, we need to keep track of enemy light tank numbers. That's the most important thing, because in my humble opinion, Prokhorovka, Kampinovka, both of those maps are very, very well depended by the lights. So if light will be new player or not so experienced player, and F in the chat for 12T. I repeat, F in the chat for a 12T. 12T just got penetrated on the full move by the Arta. Unfortunate fate, nothing what I can say about this. And at the same time, fellas, in a way, this is like a karma. You know, karma can be horrible in World of Tanks. And speaking of the karma, I am moving like crazy mother trucker through the middle, and I'm enjoying myself, and I can hear the birds chirping in my headset, fellas. I can definitely hear that. Skill, what you are talking about? Well, let's count together. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, enemy Arta said hello for us, and we lost 1/3 of our hit points as well. That sucks, but nothing what we can change about this. Still pay attention at the light tank numbers, fellas. It is so much more beneficial to do some scout things and some scout runs in the middle instead of sitting somewhere in the 1-2 line, because no one is going to make any pressure whatsoever for you at this point, fellas. There is way too many light tanks alive, and everyone is going to play relatively passively. So once again, be patient, do some scout runs, and you are going to be just fine. And I know quite some of you fellas are struggling with a light tank mission, and believe me, what you are seeing here in the tier 6 gameplay, right, you can do the same thing in the tier 8 or even in the tier 10. All you need to do, you need to have your eyes widely open, and everything is going to be Gucci, my friends. Anyways, we decided to go for some blind shots into the typical Bush Charlie 1. I do not use rammer with this build, and the main reason why I do not use the rammer with this build, because it's simply not worth it. In the open maps, I don't really care whatsoever about my gun capacity or about my DPM, right? I care how much I can spot. And I think there is one very, very underrated equipment, which is L-Lines aka low noise exhaust system. In open maps, I think every single light tank should have one of those, and obviously CVS in the same time, right? This is very, very important thing. Anyways, so far so good. 4 minutes into the battle, our score is 3,500, a bit above that, and this is very, very good, fellas. This is absolutely amazing. And once again, our main mission is to spot for our forces here. I am touching gently this 12T, and I am saying thank you for him, because obviously I did not meant to destroy this person's performance or something. It just simply, it is a game, it is a gaming situation. You know, you are driving like crazy pigeon and you can touch your own light tank. Luckily no one got hurt, he did not lost any hit points, I did not lost any hit points, both of us are clear and we are happy. Anyways, what I'm seeing at this point, I am seeing enemies still have quite a bit of the heavy tanks who never ever was spotted, and keep this in mind. The fact we have those two games back to back, it is pretty damn amazing, and this is pretty damn nice. I am thinking about getting even more involved here, and I made a bit different decision. I decided to go and start working on the hill, or alternatively the Arta who is obviously in this side, because we saw the tracer before. So all we need to do, we need to open our eyes and we need to beat the living crap out of this gentleman clicker. So hello Jeff, how are you doing? One for the team, second for the team, and obviously he cannot survive this, third for the team. Beautiful. And all we need to do now, we need to pretty much finish the forces over there, and then to go and spot 1-2 line, because once again this is very, very important, and most of the damage is in that side, right? But in the same time, obviously we cannot say no for a couple of free shots like this. Meanwhile, the same clicker, the same Hummel who hit us on the move before, he is smacking us for 300. This is quite sad and this is quite disappointing, but oh well. Fellas, prepare. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful jump, fellas. Beautiful jump, and we are spotting enemy Hummel. We are saying no. Remember us. Remember us, you skillful bastard. Remember us. That was pretty damn enjoyable. 200 clicker who was pretty much shitting on us for most of the game, and obviously this is already winning situation. We are making as much pressure as we physically and possibly can, and it doesn't really matter we are going to win or we are, well, it doesn't matter we are going to survive or we are going to die at this point, right? Because I believe it's kind of clear already we are winning this battle. Trying to hit last couple of shots, and empty 25 is dead. On the paper we have 1.2 thousand damage and 4.4 thousand assisting damage, which is bringing us to close to 6,000 combined with a tier 6 light tank, and that's what I call impressive. Anyways, one more game. In the next game we are going to do a lot of damage, and in fact it is the best damage game we ever had with a super Chaffee. So let's go, fellas. Let's teleport into the game number 3. And we are back with a number 3 game. We have a tier 6, tier 5 matchmaking with 3 artists. And this is going to be intense battle, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So how we are starting everything, fellas? We are going into the middle for obvious reasons. Because in my humble opinion, this is the right play and this is the correct play how to start this game with a light tank. Obviously there is some positions here where you can try to spot people here and here, but honestly in the lower tier usually you cannot expect that much support, just how it goes. And what we are going to do in this game, as you can see that yourself, all we are doing, we are having our eyes widely open and we are trying to punish every single person who is playing in the middle themselves, and obviously the heavy tanks who are trying to cross through the middle as well. That's all we need to do, and this is our start. Now, first things first, which is obviously extremely important to highlight, is enemies kind of having the middle, although the best thing for us in this situation is the MX ELC bis aka Yolka aka Christmas tree, however you would call this vehicle, and he went on top of the hill. So he is going to provide our team with very nice crossfire, and at this point all we need to do, we need to be very patient. There is no easy solution for us, there is no easy option how to go in front or and spot, or alternatively how to do a lot of damage otherwise. I know this is a slow game, but those games, fellas, whenever you are finishing somewhere very high on top, speaking about the damage or whatever else, usually those games are relatively equal games, fellas, and it's just how it goes. So what do we have? 300 damage, 2 minutes into the battle, and what I want to see, I want to see enemy light tanks trying to make a bit of pressure on top of the hill, obviously. Because once again, enemy team have quite a bit of advantage, and what is happening in this game overall, this battle is extremely chaotic. By saying this, our team is playing in the open field somewhere here, enemy VK is here, a lot of guys are making a hardcore pressure like this through the pretty much heavy line. This is a pure chaos, but this is what you can expect when there is 5, 6, 7 light tanks in the game. It's just how World of Tanks is looking like, and nothing what you can change about this. 3 minutes in, we have 500 damage dealt, and you might think, Skill, are you sure about this? This is the best battle you had with this vehicle? fellas, this is only the start, and as you can see, slowly but surely our team is starting to melt. By saying this, I mean we are having some disadvantage. For example, at this point, well, at this point it is equal game. Our team, in fact, even winning by the 200 HP. But fellas, wait, relax, take it easy. It is not going to be for a long time. Obviously, for 82, we cannot penetrate this guy. I am looking straight into his face, and even with APCR ammunition, we cannot penetrate him. Quick highlight about the Chaffee. Gun of this thing is just bad. I played recently with T21, and T21 is, as a tank, it is two heads ahead. But in the same time, you cannot even compare those two vehicles, you know, because one of the tank is like Tech 3 tank, and another tank is the tank you are getting for free, so you can't complain that much, can you? Anyways, we are getting closer to 1000 damage at this point, and this is completely fine. Speaking about the score, our team is still winning. Our Jeff just clicked the living crap out of the enemy, and this is very, very nice. But fellas, I can tell you one thing: we are not even close for win this game. To win this game, right? We still have a lot of things to do, and at this point, I am just simply chilling in the middle, and I'm waiting until enemy team will do something silly. And I said that very, very clear whenever I was streaming. It is not victory. Don't think it is easy victory and that's it, we can simply go in front, because usually when you are having 15-5 game, you need to be in front, you need to charge, and you need, if you want to finish somewhere on top, you need to be very, very aggressive. In this kind of situation, it is completely unnecessary for us to be in the front line and simply play like crazy mother truckers. It is completely unnecessary. In this kind of situation, we actually need to be patient. And once again, 5 minutes into the battle, fellas. 5 minutes into the battle and game is not over. What kind of sorcery is this? Absolutely disgusting, right? Who could ever expect that? So yeah, we are still alive, we still have a lot of HP, and we are still driving like headless pigeons. But wait, there is more into it, fellas. Believe me, there is way, way, way more into it. Anyways, relax, take it easy, and simply wait to see what is going to come next. So, okay, enemy team is winning this game already, not by humongous margin, but they are winning a bit. They have a bit of a hit points advantage, and they have a bit of the, well, they have one tank advantage, right? And I know it might not look that bad yet, and believe me, it might get way worse than this. Plus, on top of that, it is definitely worth to mention our artists are playing in kind of open field. What that means if if enemy team will try to make pressure like like this in this side, what that means our artists will get effed, and plus on top of that they can even go here. I'm speaking about enemy team. Meanwhile, enemy Excalibur is obviously thinking how to get involved in this battle because he wants to get more for himself. And at this point, I am just simply waiting until he will try to cross through the open, if he will. Those games are probably the hardest for casual players, I would say, especially if the person has no patience to play this game. It is very, very hard, and that's what I am talking about. Imagine that if I would go through the middle trollolo like this, I would get farmed by 80, 70, 67. Obviously there is 3 enemy artists, there is Excalibur. I would be pretty much dead. Instead of doing that, we are going for a base defense. And remember when I said enemy Arta, our Arta is pretty much playing in the open field? Well, that's what I am saying, and that's what I mean. So now the situation is looking definitely not that great for our favor. Don't you think so? So Obviously, all we need to do at this point, we need to try to farm Panzer, and that's what we are doing. I'm obviously trying to track this gentleman. Luckily, we did so. That's very, very nice. And we are just trying to eliminate him from the game as soon as possible. Although this lucky mother trucker is still alive with a 30 HP. Now, that's what I'm talking about when I said enemy team have advantage. Our artists are completely dead. Amount of the tanks the advantage enemy team has is pretty damn huge. We are talking about 3 tanks against the 8 tanks, although they do not have that many hit points, you know, so that means they are kind of down to one-shottable in a way, and this is exactly what we want to see. Anyways, all we need to do now, we need to wait and we need to relax, and I thought I am definitely spotted here, but it is not the case, and I am actually even surprised how the flying F I wasn't spotted in this kind of situation. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Anyways, we are 8 minutes into the pretty much 9 minutes into the battle. We have 1.8 thousand damage, we have 500 assisting damage, and we still need to be patient. I know, skill! This is how we need to do the things, and this is how we need to play. Obviously, I am moving every single time after I am trying to blind fire enemy, and I am thinking this T-67 is sitting in the same position, or he is not sitting in the same position. What to do with you, mother trucker? What to do? That's what I am thinking. And I am actually surprised by seeing enemy Grille saying... This time I did not bother it to move because I know I am not getting spotted at this point, so all we need to do, we need to be patient. Meanwhile, Panzer is saying and he is getting killed. Beautiful, although this time you might think, skill, you messed up. And yeah, indeed, I did. I messed up, I got armor ragged, but believe me, in long games like this, being armor ragged, it doesn't matter whatsoever, especially when we know enemy team is not going to make a hardcore pressure yet. We have a lot of time, and remember, nowadays repair kit is not so crucial as it used to be back in 2012, when you had only one repair kit for a whole game. Can you imagine one repair kit for a whole game? And probably this is one of the reasons why people are being so aggressive nowadays. They know, repair kit will be restocked, it doesn't matter, my gun will get damaged or not. So yeah, this is definitely an important thing to highlight. Anyways, I made the decision, and I want to make a bit of pressure for T-67 because I know I need to get involved at this point because our cover 1S and our VK is clearing the other side, so we need to make sure we will get a bit more use here as well. And what do we have, fellas? We have a very interesting situation. I don't know how is it even possible, but T-67 is already is on my bag. That was weird stuff, and at this point we are loading high explosives, and obviously I'm trying to punish the T-67. Unfortunately, the gun accuracy of this vehicle is far away from being extremely good or epic, right? We are fixing our armor rack, and all we need to do, we need to wait until they will expose themselves. Meanwhile, Arta is going through the middle of the field. I know Arta should not be able to spot me, so that's fine. And once again, look how derpy this gun handling is. And I checked my average performance with this vehicle compared to the 1-to-1, for example, which is the same level tank as mine, but I can tell you one thing, this is a humongous difference. Speaking about, for example, maximum damage games with a Super Chaffee compared with a 1-to-1, or even compared with a T-37. All of them are tier 6 American light tanks, but Super Chaffee is very far behind in my opinion. Anyways, the last enemy left for us, we are saying nyom nyom nyom, dance for us, you Dirty Jeff. Dirty Jeff saluted us with a shot in the air, and we are taking this beautiful victory. We have close to 3000 damage and 500 assisting damage. It wasn't easy game overall. It was truly hard game, and to not go YOLO in the 12 minutes or 13 minutes game, that's quite complicated, fellas. Believe me, patience is very, very important in this game. It truly is. Anyways, let's teleport into the scoreboard and let's see what we crafted overall. And we are back with a scoreboard. So the best damage battle I ever had with a Super Chaffee was 2.9 thousand damage, 5 kills, 600 assisting damage. We finished it with 1.5 base experience. Obviously we are top by the damage and top by experience. And we broke even in this battle, and it took 12 minutes. Now the games where I mentioned before, pay attention at the timer. We played those at the December 4th. One game was at the midnight, and the other game was like 13 minutes after the midnight. So that's how the things went. The first battle which I showed for you was Lakeville. We got ace, we got the patrol duty. We have 1.3 thousand damage, 4,000 assisting damage. So that brings up our score up to 5.4 thousand, which is absolutely insane for tier 6 tank, if you would ask me. And we made 2,000 profit. And the game lasted 6 minutes. After that, we had other game where we got our third mark of excellence. We did 1.2 thousand damage, 4.5 thousand assisting damage, and pretty much we finished it with a 5.7 thousand combined, which is absolutely amazing. We got 1.5 base experience, obviously, and the game lasted 7 minutes with a whopping 45,000 profit. So, yeah, that's Super Chaffee for you. So, skill, would you rate the Super Chaffee as good tank now? In the best case scenario, it's playable, and I'm still being pretty damn generous for this vehicle. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.